Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Welcome. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome this morning to Bead Talk with Treasure to Remember. We welcome you back from last week. Last week we began this wonderful journey of presenting to you some wonderful suppliers, creators, artisans from around the world. Today we have for you amazing, beautiful artist from the UK. Her name is Sylvia Stungo. I'm so excited to get started. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get adjusted. Okay, so I'm just going to let me just be straight. I am not normally up this early. And I know for a lot of you, you're like, oh, honey, it is not early. That's okay. I completely understand because that's exactly, how my old life used to be. But this life, it is early, but we're so privileged and so grateful to be able to get up because our guest is a 7-hour difference from us, and I would be willing to get up whatever time in the middle of the night. It does not matter. So let me just begin by saying welcome. My name is Raquel Harris. My nickname is Kelly. You can call me whatever you like. I'm just happy for you to be here this morning. We are going to be sharing a series of little talks with you every Saturday morning at, I almost said 7 a.m., but it's not. It's going to be at 2 p.m. Mountain Time on Saturday mornings. We began last week on this journey, and I'm just so happy to get to continue it. We will be posting these immediately up to YouTube after the show so that our guests and anybody else who wants to share out the live may do so. Let's see. I am the owner of Treasure to Remember. We are going to be sharing these out on YouTube. If we can start to go live there, I hope we can. If not, we'll be here at Treasure to Remember. Let's just get to it. Let me just go and invite Sylvia on. I'm telling you, forgive me if I lose my place. It is a little bit early, but it's going to be fabulous. Just half a second. I know I have to move to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. Let's see. Let's invite her on. There we go. Okay. I'll learn to do that after a while and I get more proficient with this. There she is. Hey. Morning, Sylvia.
Hey.
Hey, darling. I'm just so happy to see you. Good morning. I have this light on me. Last time we didn't have to have this artificial light. Now I'm just like, can you please stop and go to bed?
Well, I've got a very wobbly stand here, so I might be a little bit light.
Mine too. If you could see mine, I actually have rubber bands around my phone, so it's a phone.
Me too. Exactly that.
Everybody, welcome to our wonderful, exciting morning of Bead Talk, Miss Sylvia Stungo. Sylvia, we are so honored to have you. I'm so excited.
I'm honored. I'm honored to be here. You don't know how many years I have followed your amazing things on your groups and watched your lovely things and your way of presenting and your warm heart, and truly it's my honor.
Oh, Sylvia, that is so funny because I've been watching you too. It has been such my pleasure and such my honor. I attract to certain, folks, you know what I mean? And when I saw you, I was like, oh, goodness, this is my dream, my angel. I love her. She's so inspiring. And it was, just get to talk to you. getting to know you these little times that we've been able to get together. I just thought, okay, that's it. I'm going to the UK. I'm going to go hang out with Sylvia. I'm going to go
Come
see
and
her.
hang out. Come and hang out with Beads and Love. I'll take you to Camden. I'll take you to Portobello Road Market where I work at weekends. And I will show you all the sights and we will have such a blast.
Oh my goodness. Something happened with the sound. With your sound.
Oh, with my sound? Oh, hang on. Is that better? How's that?
Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. I can hear you. Martin says that he can hear you. So let's just go on. And if I get confused, I'll just scream at Martin and have him bring me something. And it's me. I'm sure it's me. You know it's 7 a.m. here.
I think I had music on in the background, and I think the music kind of like maybe got louder and something.
You know, I wanted to have music on too, and I thought, oh, I better think twice about that because that's all you hear. But so far, it's excellent. No, I think the sound is great now. Oh, I was just fawning over you and telling everybody how excited, what a fangirl. I was telling Sylvia what a fangirl I am of Sylvia. And I thought, oh, I'm going to get nervous and forget my words.
Oh, bless
I just want
you.
to see her.
Kelly.
Look at all of those are okay. Hold on. I got so excited I spilled my coffee. Hold on. It's a real thing. It's a real thing, everybody. I'm not usually awake this early, but man, my adrenaline is running. I'm so excited. I'm forgetting everything that I wanted to say. Let us just begin. So in this talk, we wanted to bring to all of our folks out there a little bit of the past, present, and future. So if you could, for these beautiful folks out there, give us a little prehistory of where we are now. Tell us how you got to be in this beautiful journey of the beads.
Well, okay, so I used to love, as we all did when we were little, looking into Granny's treasure box and looking at all her jewels and gems and the smell, that kind of musky, kind of sandalwood smell that comes with, you know, things that you've worn close to you for many years. You know, I could just put my head into that jewelry box and just kind of inhale.
Oh, yes.
And a lot of my early kind of inspirations just came from, on one side, my Catholic grandmother, and on the other side, my Jewish grandmother. And so I had those two really strong women kind of in the background, and my own mother, who is incredibly artistic. And I was an absolute tomboy when I was younger. I just wanted to play with cars and action men and motorbikes, and I wasn't interested in like really anything girly at all. But everything developed really since I had my children.
Yes.
My oldest son is 30 and my youngest son is 14.
Oh my goodness.
I've got 4. So I've got 4.
So you have 2 sons, you're saying?
Yeah, my oldest is Sebastian. He's 30. He lives down south in Southampton by the Sea. Then I've got my Sacha, my lovely girl. She's back with me at the moment at home. Then I've got Sebastian. Sorry, I've done Sebastian. Don't get mixed up with your own children. You got so many. Then I've got Leon. He's my boy that helps me with my work, and he's 16. And then my baby, 14-year-old Ruben, who's mine.
Oh my goodness. So were you always in the bead business when you were raising them?
Well, what happened was I was kind of selling like clothes and bits and bobs online.
Always selling stuff too. I was doing the same.
Doing all that kind of thing. It's like in our blood. It's in our blood. And then I was doing hair extensions as well for people, which yeah, I know, which is really like not kind of my thing, but I just kind of fell into that role. But in the background, I was making jewelry, and the jewelry I was making was very rustic, and a lot of it was made of things that I used to find on the beach, pieces of sea glass, just bits of old chain, you know, and I just kind of wire them together, and then I'd add some pretty gemstone beads to those pieces. Very rustic.
Isn't that,
And then
I love it though. That's like a lot of creations I see. That's how you see them, as you see in the beginning. It's really just rough and just kind of very textural and very, and
absolutely.
it's just, everything that's coming at you and you just want to share and create. And I mean, I felt the same way, and some of my things are the same way. And I just love the evolution of everybody's journey. And that's what I wanted to do when I first created this, was like, I just want to hear about everybody's story. I just want to know about their journey. And so I thought, if I go around and talk to everybody about this, I wonder if anybody would like to see it. I wonder if they'd like to know too. And so that's how we got here to Bead Talk.
I just loved watching. It was Angela, wasn't it, last week? It was, I'm right. Was her name Angela? Oh no, I've got it wrong. Your first bead talk. Was it Angela?
Did you see it? Oh, with Angela?
Yeah, it was Angela. Oh, good. I'm so bad remembering things, but I watched it all on YouTube while I was working, and I just so enjoyed it. And I just thought it's just so lovely because it gives people inspiration if they're kind of thinking about like whatever part of the journey they're on at the beginning.
I'm having technical difficulty. I'm just going to ask, Martin, can you hear? We have Starlink, and last night a storm came raging through, and it's just pouring right now. It's like in honor of the UK, right?
And we've actually got a little tiny bit of blue sky.
Yeah!
I know.
There you go.
I know.
Okay, we'll just, what? No. No, can you turn it up over there so I can hear it, please? Oh, okay. Well, can you come over here and look and see if I might have pushed something? We're going to get, Martin woke up this morning. He said, do you need me to get up and help you? I'm like, I got this. Don't worry.
The tech guy is here.
Nope, it's all the way up.
Can you not hear me?
That's okay. Why don't you just come just 2 inches closer, and that will be easier for me. What are you doing? Don't leave. I need you to move this 2 inches closer.
Oh, not me.
Oh, he said, I'm going to go figure it out. Don't worry about it. He's going to take care of it. So I'll just muddle on and try to get through, because let me tell you, I just want to ask you about okay, so your babies, and you started, and you have these wonderful influences. So when did you take the plunge and said, these things, I can do this? Because I don't know if you all know, Sylvia not only has her wonderful Fizzy beads, that's the name of her bead shop, but we also today, we are coming to promote her new venture. She's going to be selling her wonderful creations at a new venue, and her new Instagram post. Look, there they are. Oh my goodness, share with us. Tell us about those. Oh,
Beads and Love is my new collaboration with a really special friend of mine, my really special friend Jenny Palmer, who is also a jewelry maker, who started buying beads from me because my 24/7 job is selling beads on my Etsy store. But in the background, I love to create. And I really wanted to make something fun that kind of brings you back to those times where you haven't got so much to worry about. And colours were brighter, and the sky was bigger, and the sun was hotter.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I really wanted to get that into my jewellery. So out with the rustics and in with the fun sweeties.
Oh, it's wonderful too. It looks so reflective of your personality and style too.
Little tiny kind of bracelets with elephants and little sugar pink droplets,
girls.
And they make it. I tried to make it affordable for people, because I saw a lot of people were selling this kind of thing, but big bucks, and selling things like this for like hundreds of pounds, and like, come on, the people that want to buy this stuff, we're real people.
Exactly.
So I'm selling these things on Portobello Market in London. It's a very famous market here. And
really, I was going to say, tell us about that market. I just feel like there's some history behind it. So if you're in the UK and you're watching this, you probably know a lot about these things that she's sharing with us. But for the sake of our US audience, you just tell us.
So there's this amazing part of London called Notting Hill, and it's a part of London that's been written about. It's on screen and stage, and it's just a real happening, fun part of London. And it's a real mixture between people with lots and people with nothing. And then kind of bang in the middle of Notting Hill is this road called the Portobello Road. And it really is the most magical of places to go on a Saturday or a Sunday in the UK. And like the smells and the sights and sounds, we've got vintage, we've got modern, we've got food, so you can imagine the smell.
Oh, so it sounds like a fair. Like here, I would say that was a fair. We call those kind of like
a fair, but every week.
Oh my goodness!
Too, but it's been really cold, so we've been. Last weekend we did Saturday and Sunday. My friend Jenny Palmer, she has her own brand, Clark Palmer Jewelry, but Clark Palmer and Fizzy Elements together, bang, beads and love, beads and love. So we've just been having a really good time on the Portobello Road Market, and just kind of trying to bring a bit of that fun back into jewelry. Everybody's selling chains and plain gold and little gold earrings, and we just wanted
those are the styles that you see right now, just all the heavy chains.
Yeah, and the paper clip start, and we just wanted to bring some more fun into things. And like basically a lot of the beads that I sell are these kind of rainbow sweeties.
Yes.
And I really like surrounding myself with rainbows. So it's kind of, I'm making, instead of getting all those rustic things, because I've got an engineering background. When I left school, I did engineering for a while, so I love to drill and saw and hammer. But I've gone away from all that now, and I'm enjoying the threading. It's relaxing, peaceful, zen.
That is so exciting. So when you started this new, when did you plan? Was it like something that was always in the mix you wanted to express, or you just like, okay, this is it, I need to do it, I want to do it?
Yeah, it was literally that. So there were a lot of life changes happening for me, and you know, I've become really good friends with Jenny, and we were kind of thinking of ways to do something different and get out and about, because we both work from home. I'm in this workshop 24/7.
There you go. That's exactly right.
Love just evolved, really. Beads and Love evolved from me being here all day packing orders. And my Etsy shop is like a sweet shop of beads. So it's literally pick and mix. You can have 5 of them, 10 of them.
Yeah.
So it's like that. So all day long, I'm walking around with my little tray, filling it up and packing these treasure boxes for people. But creatively, you need to, when you're an artist, you need to create.
Yeah.
So that was kind of where Beads and Love came from, with a lot of the beads from my own cutter, which things like this, which I get from my guy, and then using them to make things to sell.
Oh my goodness, it's delicious. Do you see other solar quartz?
These are solar quartz.
Oh, yeah. I can tell from here. They're so gorgeous.
I just love them. They're like all the
so
colors
you're taking these beautiful beads, and the ones that are just popping in color, and you're just, it's almost like a different spin, because usually you're seeing those, for instance, like the solar quartz, and it's like such a serious design, you know.
Absolutely.
Thinking that's going to be fun and love, but I love it. It's so inspiring. Take that from Sylvia. I just want to talk to you young beaders at home. It happens if you get into the bead business, and I'm just sitting here relating with Sylvia, because that's what happens. We get up and we're just busy looking and packing and going around, but really the whole time we are being inspired. Ideas are coming in our brain, and we're thinking, we can do that. Let's do this. Something that comes, that reflects our style, that reflects everything that's going on at the moment. And that's what I really love about talking about the bead journeys, because just like Sylvia was talking about in the beginning, her style of how she started creating up until now, and it doesn't stay the same. It is going to be reflective of where you are at that time in your life, what you're being inspired by. So if you get into a little niche where you're just creating one thing, don't worry, the inspiration keeps coming. You just keep going forward in your journey. Sylvia, I'm so excited. Okay, we talked about your little bit about the past, a little bit about what you're doing now with beads
and love.
At love.
And love. Beads and love. I haven't even got my flyer.
Beads and love. Beads and love.
It's like this. Beads and love.
Yes. Oh, look at those, so beautiful.
And it's just fun, you know, little brollies, little things to make you
That's
smile.
what we need in our life.
Fun charms. They don't have to be cleverly made. They're not intricate, many of the designs. They just kind of like fun, you know, they just make you smile.
Oh my goodness, look how fun. I was teasing Sylvia. I was telling her about what a fangirl I was of her. And when I thought of her, I thought, oh my, she reminds me of this moment. This is how Sylvia came across me and brings to me a moment in my life where everything was rainbows and sunshine and just love. And I was just like, oh my goodness, this woman. And it's just her personality. Everything you're seeing, even from her photographs, everything comes across. And I just love that. If you think it's not happening with your creations, with your posts, with your designs, it does, loud and clear. And it is so fun to see each and everybody. I have a lot of girls that I follow, and I look at, and I'm talking about like 5-year following, and you see the evolution of everybody and where they're going. And it's so beautiful to see the inspiration. When you are, so you have your children, and you have one is helping. So is the future of your bead business maybe, or bead and love, is it going to include your kids?
Well, my boys are both musicians. Leon is a drummer, and Ruben is guitars, vocals, writes the songs, and they're in a punk band together. So they're both really cool guys. And they go off and do gigs. And, you know, Ruben comes in here sometimes and makes himself a little piece of jewelry, you know, a little chain with something on the end. Or he'll say to me, can you do this? And he started doing up T-shirts and jackets, and he's got this plan that, you know, he's going to come to Portobello with us, and he's going to sell his clothing that he's made himself.
Oh, nice.
So Ruben's involved in that, and Leon is my second in control here, because sadly my mum has been quite unwell recently, and so I've needed a bit of time out, and Leon has just been incredible. He just gets it. You know, it's amazing, because Leon, of all the members of my family, is the one that you would think, I'm not sure that he's going to get this, but he absolutely does. And my ladies love him.
You carried on. You carried on the bug for it.
Yeah, but it's not going to be his life. He is my resident geographer. He's doing his A-levels at the moment, and he just does like an hour to 2 hours a day, keeping my group going, because my group is like you. It's a real essence thing, isn't it? It's become so important, and the community within that group. And it's helped me it's enabled me to support my children as a single mama. You know, I've managed to buy my little house, and I've managed to keep us all fed. And it's constant, you know, you can't take your finger off the pulse, not for 1 second.
No. And I just want to relate with you, because as a single mother bringing up your children, I was so my kids are like in their 30s, but at the time I was out there too. I was selling candles. I was selling anything I could sell. And it's just so, I don't know, any little bit, I believe them seeing us, it's struggling, but it's still working towards, and them seeing the tenacity.
Yeah, incredible. I mean, it really is that way, and both my boys really want to do their thing with passion. And I think it's important that human beings are not squashed into boxes when they're at school. I hated and loathed and despised school, despite going to a decent school, a good grammar school. You know, it wasn't the work that was hard. It was just the whole thing of like sitting in this room and being bored, stiff, and not being able to move or get fresh air. You know, it just drove me mad, and I just could not wait to leave school. But
that's a big discussion about the structure of schools, and
that would go on a while,
right? I know. There's 100%. So many wonderful models out there. You know, I really hope that the powers that be can get it together and get those models that work.
Totally.
It's just, especially for the creative types, because I noticed my friends who were most not able to sit still and focus are the most creative beings now.
That's the one. You're like this the whole time, and being stuck in one place, not being able to express yourself, and being told to keep quiet, not to smile, not to laugh, not to do this, rules. Just not for me. Self-employment has really worked for me, and since I found my darling, my cutter, Mr. T, in
Mr.
India,
T, glorious
the
relationship
Mr. T. with Mr. T has meant that I can supply my gemstones in an ethical manner, which for some of my designers is really important. Is, you know, the whole history of where the gemstones come and the provenance of those stones. So a lot of the beads that I sell are things that Mr. T has procured himself, cut, coated, all the processes. Then it comes to me. I'll often thread them and remarket them back. So the money goes back to the community. He builds temples. He's a very, very he's got a very strong faith. He's a Sikh man, and he does a lot for people. He's completely selfless, and I love that I can sell his creations
and have that amazing relationship with him.
It's really important.
Does he know how popular he is?
He does, and he is such a, I've from time to time I put little updates on my group where Mr. T building the temple, you know, Mr. T in the village with the children, and I try as often as I can to say to Mr. T, can we have some photos? Can we have some just a little bit?
Oh, that's excellent.
So people can see what you do, because you've got such a big heart, and he is the most private man, and it's very hard to get him to show himself.
You're just eking out little bits from him to share. Oh, well,
absolutely.
You know, that is just amazing. I mean, how many times can we say exactly that our suppliers are running us through that channel, allowing us that openness? Sometimes I wonder the same things as anybody. Where are these coming from? What's going on? And I don't have a specific cutter, but I do have suppliers that do have little home, everything's from their home, and so I get pictures too. Not building temples, but they, you know, they're saying, okay, you know, we just want to show you our place,
and they probably want to invite you over. You know, they've got amazing hearts.
Oh, it's
so
wonderful.
Don't we? We need to do a tour to go to India, yeah? Come on.
Yes, I'm all in. I'm all in.
Be amazing.
That is my heart. I really want to go to India. I want to go to Indonesia. These are my main suppliers, and I love being able to talk to those little personal shops. And they do. You're right. They put their heart into what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because every one of those things isn't just going to someone blind. It's going to you personally. And you know it's taking care of the workers and their families, and I love when they're showing you their babies. And
me too. They're so humble. They really are. And as I say, it is an honor to have those kind of people in your life, isn't it? I've got many suppliers like yourself in the UK, all around the world, but I'll always have that big heart for Mr. T, because he was the one that really kick-started my bead business, and as I say, kept kept my children in food in the cupboard, you know, a nice cake for them to eat.
How many years have you been working with him?
Do you know, I think about 8 years now.
About
8 years. About 8 years. At first it was just on a small scale, just a few kind of bits and bobs, and then, you know, the relationship developed and we'd do video calls and decide what we were going to have, the colors, and then I really adored these precious metal coated beads that I'd seen people selling, these beads with this magical kind of glistening coating.
Aren't they fabulous?
And,
I love the coated one.
I just wanted them so much, but I couldn't find a supplier that consistently could produce them for me. So we had this thing where we just went through all the different gemstones and he got them cut, rustic cut, all hand cuts, and coated them for me. And he doesn't do that for anyone else. So I know that I've got that just little tiny edge of something.
No, that's fantastic. I think that's one of the first things I remember when I found you was the coated. It was just so spectacular. Oh my goodness.
They are just beautiful. I'm going to show you now a really special, I'm not going far.
Yes, bead talk. Let's look at the beads.
Just look at these beauties. And these, I would surround myself with these. I would just hang them all around my house.
I have to get my bifocals. Oh, Sylvia, right there. That strand, just put it in my bag.
Really, seriously, and I've got so many. These are all, you can see the
how can we not fall in love?
Exactly. And how does he do it? And he's an amazing man, but it's just a special process that enables us to have the gemstone color shining through with the coating over the top.
So is this part of that big stash you just got in?
These are this, yeah, I mean I have literally behind me, I have got just about every gemstone coated. And just have a look at these really excite me. These are Herkimas. They're actually Indian Herkimas, these, and they are coated with that magical, I mean, just
game over.
You know, you
done.
see me doing this all the time. Like I put them on I have to feel them on my third eye, and like when I'm doing my shows I have to feel them because they just, aren't they? So there you go.
Hold on, Martin. I'm getting. It's a delay. Can you just? It's a delay, honey. Okay. Martin's trying to help me over here with the. The sound was perfect. It was loud. I could hear, and then the sound went down. So I can hear you. It's just not as loud as it was. But that's okay. I think we're doing pretty good. We're doing okay.
I think we're doing really good.
That is so those beads you have not posted yet.
Actually, a lot of those are deep within the group, but because I'm posting every day, they get bumped down. So anybody that likes those kind of gemstones can simply put precious metal coated into the search on my group, and it will show them all right at the top of the group. People don't.
We're all running to your group right now.
But it's
no,
really
that is brilliant. Those coated beads are just amazing.
In all colours, they're just magnificent. I just adore them. I don't know why. There's something about things that have that aura coating that just kind of like do something to my brain, like it's an ethereal kind of quality, like a fairy kind of quality. And I'm not even like really like into like fairies and that kind of thing, but people say that they think that I am a bit fairy like. I don't know. I'm not at all. I'm not. I'm absolutely not, but people have said it about me.
Yeah, that was one thing when I was preparing. I said, you know, People are going to be like me, and they're going to see Sylvia, and they're going to think, oh my goodness, look at this beautiful bead. I call her the bead siren. I look at this beautiful creature.
I love to be
but they don't know you're a single mother, you're a business owner, you are now venturing into having your own creations out there. You are a busy woman on the go, woman.
Thank you, darling. We have to keep it going, don't we?
Yes!
We are strong women, and sometimes I think all I need is my beads, literally.
It's well, I'm just love the beads because so many people, it's not just for the beginner. It's not just for the the experienced person. It's for everybody.
Everyone.
And their inspiration, just to, even if it's messy, it's beautiful,
Therapy, right?
Yeah.
And the way I always feel when I'm making things is it calms your mind. Even just holding a piece of beading wire and threading something on. And when I sell my beads, my single beads to people, I thread them before I send them, so they're all threaded. And it's just kind of something in me that kind of has to do that. I do put them in bags, but if I'm selling little bits of things, I'll thread them first.
Oh, just a little sweet personal touch that comes from our frenetic. We just have to have these things a certain way. That's me.
Exactly, we do. And I just, with my group purchase, when people purchase from the group, I kind of thought, how can I do this differently but still be quite kind to the environment? So what I decided to do was just get everybody I knew to save me all their papers. So wrapping paper, papers that flowers are wrapped in, tissue paper, everything, and they all give those things to me. So then when I wrap an order, which someone may have kind of spent a month compiling, I like to wrap them all in little colourful bits of recycled paper.
When
I got open the box, it's treasure.
It is so it shocked me when I got my package from you. I have to say, I was shocked. First, I thought, oh my goodness, look at all these presents. And then I thought, where does she find the time?
I'm consuming, but it's an OCD thing with me, and I really mean that. It's a character trait, is that I have got that, and I cannot put those beads into the box without doing it. I just can't, because I guess because I've been doing it that way for so long. If I just got the beads and just kind of pop them in a cardboard box with a bit of stuff on top, and I also try and recycle it all. So all my bubble wrap comes from things people have sent me, and then that bubble wrap going on and on and on and on. So I kind of, somebody said to me their daughter sticks the wrapping paper up on her bedroom wall, and she's made a whole wall of it.
I'm listen, people really, what I love is that for you, you're like, oh, well, that's an OCD thing, but you worked it into your business. It's become a part of it, and it's one of those special things that you do really bring forward that you're unexpected, and it's wonderful. I love that.
I'm glad you say that. I don't know if it's ever a nuisance for people, and I have had only 2 of my lovely customers have said to me, don't wrap them like that, because I'm really wanting to save on paper waste, and I please just put them into boxes with no plastics, and I'm absolutely happy to do that. But once I say to people everything is recycled, and they know that I haven't just gone out and bought brand new supplies, apart from my boxes, which I must admit I do buy those little brown boxes, because it's economical for me, and they can be recycled too.
I used to recycle my packages, and I'd send out everything in recycled packages, but then I stopped ordering so much for me personally. I didn't have enough packages to send everything out.
That was exactly what happened.
You get everything from the spectrum. The thing is, I've gotten packages before where literally nothing was even in a bag. It was just like somebody just poured beads in it.
Exactly.
I opened it up, and there was
no.
I was like,
oh, beads. those poor babies.
So believe me, for me, getting the package and opening it up, and for me, I always think about all of the energy and all of the love and all of the hands that it went through from even another country, you know?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. All the steps that it's gone through. And like, if someone's doing something with a good intent, then for me, that means a lot. So I will, if I'm, for example, if I'm in a not a good state of mind, I won't create. Do you know what I mean? I won't make a piece of jewelry if I'm holding that inside me. You know, I need to be relaxed and happy and flowing, and if I'm not feeling that, I'll do something else. I'll go and tidy up the bead drawer or sort out all the odds and bods around the place, but not create, especially with gemstones, because they hold that energy,
and you will produce all of that energy will come through in the design.
I believe
it'll be something completely different.
Yes, absolutely. And certainly not for beads and love, but I do a lot of healing gemstone jewelry as well, which I've been doing for many years.
Repeat that for me again.
I do a lot of kind of healing gemstone jewelry.
Yes, tell us about this.
And that will be kind of, if someone says to me, like the other day, you know, a lady was really suffering with loss, a customer of mine, and so I'll do a prescription of either jewelry that she can wear or just a little bag of those gemstones that she can create something in that prescriptive way. And those are the things that I was selling on Etsy under Fizzy Beads on Etsy, but I'm changing now to Beads and Love, but I'm still going to always do my healing gemstone because I believe very much that gemstones in themselves are very, very powerful. Mother Nature has given us these gemstones for a reason, but I also believe that the intent that you put into the gemstones, if a person doesn't believe, doesn't matter. They're going to get something pretty to make them happy, aren't they?
And for me, so this is a belief that I have, is that we are all energy. Everything is energetic, and everything can handle a certain type of vibration.
Yes.
So each of not only gemstones, but everything is going to have this vibration.
Yeah.
And what it is putting out, what it is taking in. And if you've ever held big gemstones, I recommend trying it and see if you don't immediately, what it is that you are first feeling, what comes over you, what you think about. And you can go and read there are general descriptions of certain gemstones. I mean, you can Google it and it will say, well, what is this good for? See if that identifies with you. See if you really can visualize that and feel that. Just like for me, the first stone that I had that really blew my mind that way, and I know this is crazy, but for me, I'm very sensitive, was Australian mookaite.
Wow.
That's me
an unusual
right
one.
down.
Wow, it is a calming stone, grounding, incredibly grounding.
So
I remember.
Do you advertise this, or do you just, when folks come in, they already know that you're the one you're going to get a prescription from?
A lot of the beaders within my group know that I'm selling gemstones and I'm doing healing work, so they will ask me, can I make them something for this or that, or can I make them up a batch of things for this and that. But it was something that I kind of did quite seriously when I first started making jewelry, which was, it was kind of my own fertility journey, I guess. And I was kind of looking at the gemstones around fertility and the hormonal changes that women go through. And I started making these little bracelets for non-profit and you know, distributing them through this group, just to kind of give people, not saying they're going to give you a baby, but they might just make you feel a little bit more positive about making that baby. And, you know, I had a lot of successes with that. And a lot of ladies were like, hey, you know, I can't believe it.
There's something to this.
as a baby, but suddenly something inside me relaxed and I took it more easy and I didn't focus on it, and bang, there I am pregnant with a little baby.
Exactly.
That was the thing. As long as you know,
I got chills.
You're transparent and you say, I'm not going to make this happen for you, but I'm going to enable you to do it yourself.
Exactly.
And it's satisfying and wonderful, and I'm still in wonder of it. I'm still in wonder of that.
That is amazing. And I can, and now, immediately as you're saying that, I am pulled back to when I was starting to have babies, and even just to focus, just to be able to focus on something that you wanted to be that needed to be soothed by. For instance, rose quartz was another one.
Completely.
I didn't even read about rose quartz, but immediately I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I am having this total feeling of comfort, well-being, and I couldn't put the word love on it because I couldn't describe it, and it wasn't there in my mouth, but I just felt,
yes, it's like Turkish delight.
Yes.
That powdery, sugary, soft, enveloping marshmallow pink, isn't it? And rose quartz is that stone.
Powerful.
Yeah,
I loved it. I loved that I experienced these, I guess, these vibrational experiences with the stones before I read about it.
That's it. That's the key for me too. It's your intuition drawing you towards certain gemstones. And when I was very, very young, I think I was probably about 5 or 6 or maybe younger, there was kind of a building site where I was living, and I was fascinated by the rubble on the ground. And like with sea glass, you could see all these kind of bits, and there were bits of glass. And I remember I was outside in this, next to the house, this kind of building site of rubble, and I looked down and there was something sparkling. And I picked it up and I held it in my hand, and I thought, I found a diamond. I thought, I have found a real diamond. And I held that diamond so tight. I had it in my pocket. I ran all the way home. I went into the house. I wanted to show my mum, and it had gone. And I never, ever forgot the diamonds. Never.
Oh, that's magical. That is magical.
That it was something special. I know it was. But it went somewhere else, and it's just that feeling. It's like sea glass.
It is. They're transportive. That's exactly right. I have the same passion. I love it. I love that even though we are separated by this ocean, time and space, it doesn't matter. We are still having the same experience, the same, I don't even have the words.
100%, 100% this connection, and it is just mind-blowing.
It is.
It is. It's very uplifting, really, isn't it?
It's like, when you think of the world, you don't think about people being united in this way. I mean, of course, you know, all the little causes and everything around the world, but being united by the bead journey, I guess I don't want to just say gemstones, because it's not just gem, but that is where the spark is coming, and then it just grows. For me, when I started, I just had these little plastic beads, you know, and I just loved them. And now look.
Yeah. And I still love them, and I still believe, like, for example, beads like opalite, which is a man-made, obviously, stone, but it emits an energy that is angelic. And for me, I remember when my ex partner was very low, very, very low, and I made him a bracelet with some different textures of opalite, and I just went up to him and I put this bracelet on, and I made one for myself too, and I said, this will help you. And he found it massively soothing and helpful. It's glass, you know, it's a man-made item, but the vibration and the resonance of these stones is special. And that could be a piece of checked glass, it could be some acrylic, you know, it doesn't matter. And I say this to people all the time. it doesn't have to be a high quality clarity cut. It can be something rustic. It can just be something you've picked out of a random box, like there. These are not even,
yes,
they're just a big chunky acrylics, but they feel good. You put them on and they give you some power, and that's what it's all about, isn't it?
and fun.
Yes,
Fun. Get some fun in our lives.
That is what we need. Absolutely. More of that.
If we can just share just a little bit of the joy out there, and we understand, everybody, that we all have our realities where we're all struggling, we're all learning, we're all growing, we all are going through our journeys, but having ourselves in this beautiful space where we have this connectivity that has to do with our creative minds and finding these precious little things. And like Sylvia said, it doesn't matter. It can be a found item. I've seen the most incredible creations with found items.
Me too.
It's not even intended to be a bead, but because of somebody's heart, their spark of imagination, their creativity and intent, they make it into something that becomes an heirloom.
Exactly, an heirloom. Yeah, more than an heirloom even, because it's just got its own deep kind of resonance from somewhere on the planet. And that is my other passion, is collecting sea glass. And I am addicted to it, and I've got tons of the stuff. To me, it's treasure hunting. It's treasure hunting, and you know, finding those pieces of glass and pottery and such, like other people's rubbish that's been made and washed into these kind of like magical pebbles. It's like, you know, wow.
Yes, I was reading an article yesterday, and you say sea glass, but I was thinking about, it immediately came to mind, it was a part of a brick wall, an old brick wall that the chunk of it had gotten in the ocean and stayed up in like this little cove and washed it until it became this.
I've got one. I have one. I love them so much.
Oh,
you know, they just become something else. It's just, the sea is just magnificent.
We have a famous lake here, Lake Erie. It's part of the Great Lakes up in northern the state, and they have, I mean, they're famous for their agates, their sea glass. You can even get the new one, the Euperlite.
Oh, Euperlite, I've seen that.
I dream. Oh, I want to go up there and comb. I'm a comber.
I'm coming. Me too. We want to get right down into the undergrowth and put our hands in and pull out the treasure ourselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want to be elbows deep.
Yeah, we would be. We absolutely would be. So fun.
No, that is like, I want to do that. I've always wanted to go. I mean, you hear and read about the sea glass in Spain, you know, and I'm just like, ah.
We have two very special beaches here in the UK. And people are very kind of secretive about these beaches, but one of them is on Lyme Regis, in Lyme Regis on our south coast. And basically, it has these cliffs that have eroded into the sea over the years. And right at the top of that cliff was a Victorian dump site where they'd put crockery, they'd put dolls, they'd put jewellery, even glass eyeballs. You can go on that beach and you find the most incredible things. It's a little beach, and it's also very famous for fossils as well, which I love.
So you've been there?
Many times. It's like my place. My happy place is that beach where the dump site goes, and you can find ammonites from millions of years ago, or you can find a little dolly from Victorian times. You would love it. And if there's a storm, you find even more amazing stuff because it stirs it up from the sea.
This is a YouTube channel in itself. I would be addicted wholly.
Absolutely. And you can make jewelry out of all these things.
Oh, I love it, love it, love it. Oh, Sylvia, I am still overwhelmed. I'm still so excited. I'm still so happy to sit here with you. It's like we've just been sitting here, just in my living room chat. We are in my living room, but
Oh,
it's
I
just so
love that.
amazing.
I would love to visit you so much. I always
You
think
have
that,
a
you know,
permanent invite.
when I see little bits of your home, I think, oh, I want to go there. Yeah, I want to touch that. I want to see that. I want to, you know, I just get that overwhelming feeling. So one day it's going to happen.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. That's one thing that I'm really grateful for that it has been part of our journey was that Fire Tree Inn is a bed and breakfast that my husband's mother began when he went
Wow.
to college. So,
Wow.
did you
I
see
didn't
those
know
little
that.
dirt mounds that we rent
Yes.
out? Okay,
My
one of those was his
goodness.
bedroom.
No way. That is up. I
When he
didn't
was
know that.
8 years old, they created it for him, and then he went away to college, and his mother started renting it out on him.
Wow. Oh
Like a
my
classic
goodness.
story, mother letting out the room when the baby goes to college.
Oh, that is so wonderful. You've got the space. I'm there.
Now, it's my dream. I want to, and I know that it's because of logistics. I get it. It's going to be have to be something special. But my dream has always been a bead retreat
Absolutely.
mixed with yoga,
Yeah.
mixed with um, some hot
Yeah.
stones, and some maybe a mud bath or
Aromatherapy. Some amazing food. I can see it and smell it right here and now, you know.
in my mind, I'm already picking out the Navajo friends. So I'm gonna like, look, I need a cook. Can you come? And I'll send everyone down.
Wow.
I just want to.
Oh,
Doesn't that
we
sound
have
like
to
a
make it.
blast? It's
It
got to
really, it
happen.
just sounds incredible, doesn't it? And you could just be yourself. Like you could do everything or nothing on these retreats, couldn't you? You could just sit and observe, or you know.
Exactly, exactly. And that's why I was like, you want to climb the cliff, you want to go do the yoga, do the yoga. I love yoga. And that's a new journey that I'm into now. And I have had a lot of yoga instructors here in the past, and they are gorgeous. And they're just so fully focused on being able to do that here in the desert. Oh, they'll just go out on the ground. It doesn't matter. And I'm just like, oh, it looks so inviting. And so I started that. And so that's like something I wanted to integrate. I wanted it just to be like a full experience where you had the options to put your energy into what you wanted to do.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You might even just want to take your shoes off and just feel the earth beneath you and then just hold a crystal. You know, something as simple as that. Just that kind of evolving circle.
Yes.
I just love the idea. I love the idea.
Oh, it
I mean,
is.
there used to
And
be
it's so healing.
there used to be a place in the UK here. It wasn't a bead retreat, but it was a bead weekend where you could go and they sold the beads there and you could kind of look at other beaders working, and it kind of had that vibe about it, and it was in this really beautiful house. And I thought back then, they've got something here, you know, they could work on that. Unfortunately they stopped doing beads and selling beads, but it would be something amazing now that people can mix again with each other, because I do bead shows as well in London, in the big events. Like you have the Tucson
oh, girl.
show. Yeah,
Yes.
it's that kind of thing, but probably on a smaller scale. But we have them all over the UK. You have to, I know. But before COVID, I was doing those shows, packing all the beads into the car, driving all around the country to these shows and selling my beads live at these events. And then COVID happened and they stopped doing the shows, and I lost a lot of those contacts, and I lost money from bookings, and you know.
Are they picking back up?
They are picking back up. In fact, I've just been asked if I'm going to be doing the Big Bead, it's called. It's the biggest show in the UK for beads.
The Big Bead. I want to go.
Big Bead, honestly, it's just fantastic. They have all sorts of things there. not just gemstone, but you know, amazing lamp work and lamp work demos, and they have little kind of bits in the corner where you can sit down and learn a new technique. It's just wonderful, but it is a very expensive opportunity, I might say. For me, it's really more about marketing and getting to know some of my customers than actually making money, because they do charge a lot for their pitches.
Really?
They really
I've
do.
been seeing here advertising. People are trying to pick the shows back up, and they're offering booths and spots for free.
No way. No way. Well, you know, you're talking hundreds of pounds here, which is, it's out of my reach, which is why Portobello Road Market, it's accessible and it's not an expensive stall, especially when you're sharing it with a friend. So that's, you know, hence I've been doing that instead of doing those London shows. So we're making a publicity in a different way. You meet a lot of people from all over the world, in obviously in London.
Do you find that you pick up a lot of new customers when you do the shows?
When I do the bead shows, yeah, I was, because I was putting out a lot of really rustic stuff, and I was often next to people that I knew that in the business too. As sellers, we all got together. It was a really nice atmosphere and vibe. No, it didn't seem a competitive or nasty environment. I hate all
doesn't.
Hate competition.
Doesn't.
But I did meet some not only amazing customers, but wonderful suppliers who became friends and shared with me their techniques of even like how to light up their stall. You know, they're very giving and sharing. They're very giving and sharing. So yeah, wonderful experience, those shows.
So much fun. I'm a visual learner, so when you're telling your stories, my head, if you could see the bubbles above me, you'd be seeing my experience of what I'm imagining. And it always made me a little bit jealous, thinking about when I'm talking to my friends in the UK, because you get to travel the whole area. You know, you can get from one place to another in one day.
You can get from the bottom to the top more or less in a day.
You know?
Yeah.
But how fantastic that is. I mean, I know it's a lot to load up the car with the beads, but here there's no way. Everything is days and days away.
Exactly.
But that is, I guess maybe I was just wanting the more intimate, the closer. I think that was even before I was out here. I mean, now that I'm out here, you know, I'm a little bit more isolated, and that's why doing things like this,
so important.
It helps me so much, but also I want to introduce people to, I love that I have a lot of international guests coming on. Just so folks, just like how we've related today, we've shared your journey. I've related immensely, and I'm so, I don't know, I'm just so in joy right now. I'm like in joy, everybody. I'm so happy.
I mean, your smile says everything. Whenever I see you and I hear your voice, I think of happiness, rainbows and happy times, honestly. You really do make me smile. I'm just so happy that we've been able to do this today.
Well, I am just going to save a spot out here whenever you are ready to come.
Thank you.
They used to have in the 70s, I guess, or 80s, there was this chain called Motel 6, and their little jingle was, "We'll leave the light on for you."
Oh,
so now I always tease, "We'll leave the light on for you." Oh no, I say the pot of tea was always on.
Oh, that's great. I love that. Oh, I'd love to share a pot of tea. I'll make a nice cake or some pancakes, and we can have tea in a teapot. We can have some Earl Grey. Do you like Earl Grey tea?
I love Earl Grey. Like my favorite is vintage Earl Grey.
Oh, it's amazing stuff, isn't it?
Sylvia, it has been my honor, my privilege, and my pleasure to sit here with you. I'm going to try not to get emotional, but
I'm so grateful. Me too. I feel the same, the exact same.
I'm running the gambit here, trying to keep it together, because I'm like, okay, keep it together, girl. Don't get too crazy. Don't get.
Be crazy. Be crazy. I love our energies. I really do.
Yeah, I haven't even had my first cup of well, I have one cup of coffee in the morning. And I thought, should I have it this early? Should I have it this early? Because once I do, I'm just like,
yeah.
And I was just trying to be cool, but it's just been, I'm watching the rain as we talk, so I have all of the stimulation going on and everything. I'm just in this little magical, happy bubble. Thank you so much for agreeing to come on and chat with me.
I'm so thankful. You are so special. I love you so much.
I love you, Sylvia. Bless your heart. Thank you for sharing. And everybody, Sylvia has coming up. I'm not going to tell you. I'll let Sylvia. Sylvia, this is what it. Tell the girls, tell the boy, tell the guys, tell the bead world what's going to be happening for the future.
Well, the future really is about beads and love.
Amen.
So look out for beads and love. I'm going to open a new store, and it's going to be beads and love. And my little dream is that I can collaborate with my friend and we'll have an actual bricks and mortar shop in the future. It might just be a pop-up, who knows, but it'll be a little shop where people can come in and do all those things we talked about.
If you're in the UK, Sylvia Stungo, go see her when she is going to be at a town near you with her beautiful beads and love and creations over. Tell me the road again.
Portobello Road on a Sunday.
Portobello Road.
Every Sunday with the occasional Saturday when the weather warms up.
Woo!
Do come.
Do not miss it. Sylvia, thank you for being you. Thank you for
being you,
embodying and epitomizing everything I thought about the beads, the creation. I mean, I'm just so drawn to you. I just love you so much. I'm so grateful for your inspiration and the joy that you bring. It is just this kind of energy and love that draws people in and lets them know, hey, doesn't matter what it is, you come on in and you just enjoy.
So with you. So on the same page. Thank you, my darling.
You have a wonderful, and I'm going to talk with you again soon.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye, but I will touch base, and I speak for everybody I know when they just say, you are amazing. You are wonderful, and we are so privileged to have you in our world.
You back at ya.
Good night. Oh, good night. Good afternoon.
Almost.
We'll talk to you soon, darling.
Goodbye, my love.
Thank you. I'm going to figure this out, and there we go. Oh my goodness, how fun. So worth getting up for. You guys, I'm just so thrilled to be able to bring this bead talk to you today. Don't miss next Sunday. Oh, Sunday. Okay. I don't usually get up till afternoon, so it is very early for me. It's just the way my biorhythm works. But next week, we have the amazing Bernie Ryman from Australia. Don't miss it. It's going to be another wonderful, exciting episode. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget, tomorrow, Treasure to Remember will be live at my profile page with my show tomorrow is going to be Love Affair with Labradorite. You guys, you're wonderful. Thank you for being here. We'll see you soon. Good night. Good night. Everything with me is good night. Have a good day, guys.